And we're live. We're back. 12th Man is back. We've got another show with myself and Lee. If you didn't have enough of Lee last night, well, you got another 45 to an hour of him today. Great show last night. If you did not see it, Arsenal Roundabout was back. Christian got a little bit tag teamed, I think, in his words, by myself, DJ, Kenny, and Lee. Igal nowhere to be seen. Stinker and hooked, as you call it, Guns. I don't know where he is, but bless him. He did message me, however, last night to answer the question, which was, what is the minimum expectation of Mikel Arteta next season? What did he say, Lee? Win me a Premier League or a Champions League?
Yep.
I think he said that last year, did he not? Bless him. But there we go. Things change.
Mighty Stinker and hooked as well.
Yeah, he's on Thursday, so he's tomorrow. What are we on now? Wednesday. So he's tomorrow night with Yardman Strict told him, guys. Look, man, what are you doing to people? What are you doing to people? To be fair, though, big up to Christian, because at least he actually stands by what he thinks, and he don't hide down and all that kind of stuff. And big up to Sophie last night, because she came on and was spitting facts. I can't lie. So yeah, good show. Really good show. Always a pleasure to share a platform with you, mate, and great to have you back on. And real talk, I appreciate you coming on each week because you're consistent with it. I really appreciate that. Not that I'm giving a dig at anyone without saying any names, troops, but it is what it is. Anyone what's that Jason Cundy? Has anyone seen Troops? He's literally the worst of his phone, man. I love him, but he's the
I'm bad with my phone as well. I mean, I've got 20 messages just sat there from weeks back. I ain't even opened.
To be honest, I'm not great with it, but Troops is absolutely by far for me on my him and Turkish. It's really hard to get hold of them too if you ever need anything, in my opinion. Unless you call them, they'll answer then. Anyway,
Troops falls asleep on his stream, mate. He's knackered. Yeah. He's worn out.
Troops is always asleep, man. Legend. I do love him, man. I love that guy so much, man. But look, we're here to talk about a huge summer that Arsenal had predicted. Arteta and Berta is here. The Cronkies have said they're going to spend. Mikel Arteta has pointed the blame up there to say, well, it's all about them. Real talk, bro. What are you expecting this summer? Because last summer we were excited. The summer before that we were excited. The summer before that we were told to be excited. And it's pretty much same old as far as Arsenal go. We can't, Guns, have the windows we've had in the last two. Surely we're now starting to see something happening with Berta coming in, man. How genuinely excited are you about it? Or are you just a little bit believe it when you see it type attitude?
Believe it when I see it, Dan. Yeah, it's all well and good being linked to 1 billion players. Yeah, we see us linked to over 100 players in January and sign none. Yeah, and every year we all fall for it. Yeah, every summer, every January, get you loads of traction, guys. If you want to set up a channel and clickbait Arsenal transfer news, that ain't ever going to happen. You'll end up with 50,000 subs real quick. I mean, even if you're not an Arsenal fan, just clickbait Arsenal transfer news. Make out every player we're linked to is amazing. Yeah, and all of a sudden, oh my God, Arsenal's 3 next signings revealed. And none of them turn up, guys. So it sounds good. It gets talking points and drama and all of that. But ultimately, Dan, we need a retool, according to a guy. It's not a rebuild, it's a retool. I went through it last night on the show with you. And with the players that are coming back from loan that are likely to leave and or the ones that are out of contract, plus the ones that are like Tomiyasu's, Zinchenko's, Kivior's, them types of players, we need about 13 players. I don't think people realise we've only got 30 players in the squad with the ones coming back off loan. That's before, obviously, anyone leaves, yeah? 30 players. Nearly half of them need to go or will be going. Yeah, and that's without the ones that I don't want here anyway. Calafiori, 29, that's without them. So, yeah, Berta's got a lot of work to do, man. It's
like good luck, mate. No pressure. I feel sorry for him if I'm honest with you. But one thing I will say is, and this is a little bit tongue in cheek, does he get a process? Does he get time? Does it take time for him? Is it we give him a dog and a nice light bulb? Does he get 5 years? Real talk, because how long are we going to be giving this guy? Because for me, there's no pressure. What my point is really, I know it's tongue in cheek, he's going to be expected to deliver straight away. Whereas I'm now expecting the manager to deliver straight away. So they've now aligned. So everyone's now going to be like, well, it's on Berta. Well, hang on a minute. You've given one of them loads of time and one of them no time. So for me, I'm looking at it now thinking this Berta's actually got a horrendous job for him because it ain't an easy job. This ain't like what some people think. Go and get yourself a striker and a left winger and we go again. No, man, there's a lot more than that. And, I did a show on it in terms of my dream summer. I kept it fairly realistic, in my opinion. But actually, people were commenting going, oh, my God, you think this ain't FIFA? This ain't Football Manager. We don't need 12 players. We don't need to. And I went through the players that we are going to lose either through natural wastage or that might be sold or that just aren't good enough. And then you look at it and you think, that's fairly realistic if this to happen. Now, I think I brought in about between 6 or 7 players. So it wasn't 12, 13 players like some people made out. But as you've said, that might still not be enough. So, and that's hoping that the Ethans, the Miles Lewis-Skellys, anybody else that's introduced, like Dalman, whoever it be, are on top of that as squad players as well. And on top of the Tommy Asus and Jesus that we can't sell because they're crocked. So when I'm looking at it, I'm thinking, yeah, that's fairly realistic, bro. It ain't just buy another striker. We need a striker and a left winger and a creative midfielder before we've even touched the other departments. You might need Saka cover. You might need another box-to-box midfielder. You might need another backup defender, believe it or not. You might need, wait for it, another fullback. And you might need a backup goalkeeper. So I don't think any of those positions are like, oh, we don't need them. Oh, we don't need them. Oh, we don't need another goalkeeper. We've got Setford. Oh, we don't need another backup left back. We've got Calafiori that can play there. Oh, we don't need cover for Saliba. Timber or White can come and cover. I don't want all that crap, bro. I want to have 8 defenders, 2 fullbacks, another 2 fullbacks, and 4 centre-backs. That's what you need to compete for all 4 competitions. If you want to go and win the Carabao Cup, you might be able to get through it for half a season with 13, 14 players. I don't want to just go and win the Carabao Cup. I want to be competitive for every single competition. So I think it's a big, big job for him, brother. And I look at some of the names that we're linked with, and I wanted to ask you on this. Gyokeres, Zubimendi, Rodrygo, great. Brilliant to be linked with players like that, right? But we ain't the only ones in for these players because Chelsea need a striker. United need a striker. You've got to be looking at other clubs like Newcastle. They're going to be very competitive. Liverpool are looking at a number 9. Liverpool are also looking at wingers, as are Chelsea. So when you get these players, it's not just Arsenal go and get them. There's going to be competition around Europe and within the Premier League. So I don't think this summer's going to be as easy as some people predict, mate. What are you thinking?
Totally agree. Totally agree. Barcelona are going to need a striker. Because Lewandowski can't carry on forever, can he?
No.
Yeah, let's be real with it. They move into their stadium soon as well. Yeah, so they're going to have, though. I'm sure Bayern Munich are going to strengthen. PSG, every club. Yeah, the Italian clubs, so on and so forth. This is why I'm skeptical about this Zubimendi deal. Because it's all well and good giving it a here we go on the Zubimendi deal. We ain't put the money in yet. Yeah, so I don't know how it's a done deal when you ain't paid the money.
Yeah.
Yeah, and let's be real. Yeah, he may have agreed terms and all that crap. Well, didn't he do that with Liverpool? Yeah, and then change his mind right at the death. I don't know, man. Just in terms of how many players. Berta's done this before, though. He's brought in like 15 players at Atleti and took about 12 out. So I think he's done quite a few in one transfer window before. Yeah, and somebody is going to get upset, or there's going to be people that get upset this summer, mate, because one of their favourite players is likely to be binned. Yeah, and it wouldn't surprise me. It wouldn't surprise me one bit if Saliba goes. Yeah, and if it is him, yeah, I mean, you see his face at full time. He didn't want to be there, Dan. Yeah, he didn't want to be there. Yeah, and he's looking around and he's probably thinking, I've done 5 years here. Well, nothing. Yeah, and he's going off to do international duty and stuff like that. And he's seeing all his teammates winning trophies every year. Yeah, and it's like, at some point, yeah, let's start looking around. Same with Saka. I said it on the show last night. Yeah, Saka could end up being our Harry Kane. Yeah. Oh, another year about a trophy.
How long do you think with Saka? Because with me and Saka, I'm thinking that's the one I'm confident will stay and be happy. You're right to say he could do a Harry Kane and it could get to like 7-8 years and you think, crikey, I'm 30 now, I ain't won anything. But that's, of course, if that's the case, we'll worry about it when he gets there. Judges said something really key, and he said he'd spoke to somebody he knows, very reliable source, says that there's going to be a casualty this season. Now, I don't know what that casualty means, if it's a Saliba or Martinelli, or if it's a Gabriel or somebody else. Gabriel's linked with Saudi. Saliba, we know about the interest from Real Madrid. Martinelli, he hasn't signed. He's on 180 a week. If he does sign, he's going to want 200 odd. And let's be honest, people say get rid. Is anyone giving us 70 million for him? I don't think they are.
And then paying him 200.
That's what I mean. So
why is he being offered a new deal in the first place? He's on 180. Unless it's a new deal on like lower terms, then what are we doing here? No, that guy must have been on about 500 quid a week when he was in Brazil.
I liked him though, Lee. When he came, I thought he was going to be quality. He's just not developed under this manager, is he?
No, he was good when he came in. But again, he was playing up front. Yeah, he was playing up front, Dan. Like, and this is why when people want to talk, yeah, like, cool, talk, chat, whatever you got to chat, yeah. But at the same time, how many times this manager played him up front? Yeah, and do you remember when all these journalists were putting out the videos of him in training? Yeah, like the CCTV footage they put out years back. Yeah, because he weren't playing for like 6 months, and he was fit and healthy to play. And this manager didn't play him. Do you remember? And they're going, they're turning him into a prolific striker. And they put out some goal he scored in training. He's barely played up front since. And it's like, look when he played up front the other day, all of a sudden Odegaard looks half decent. Yeah, and it's like, I don't know, Dan. I'm just looking at it thinking, you know, everything that's gone wrong this season, yeah, can't go wrong next season. Otherwise, he's getting sacked, mate. It's as simple as that. Because even his most like ardent fans will bin him, mate. Yeah, you've seen boos in the stadium this season.
Yeah.
Constantly we're getting players injured and needing surgery. We now got Timber needing surgery. Well, who knew? Hello, did call that one. Yeah, called all the injuries.
Well, it's come out now. I don't know if you've seen, but literally just looked at it a minute ago. I was going to ask you about Partey because there's rumours that he might stay, but it says that where's it gone now? Here we go. Saliba will miss Arsenal's trip to face Southampton on Sunday with a hamstring injury, but he'll be out for a few weeks. Timber's had ankle surgery yesterday, and he'll also miss the game. Saliba's going to be out for a long time. Unfortunately, he pulled his hamstring. He's going to be out for a few weeks. Timber had surgery yesterday. He'll be out for a few weeks as well. With Jurian, you understand he's coming back from a year out. What he's done after an ACL is incredible. We didn't sign a player. We signed a leader and a very, very special character. What was the exact words that I said in February the 12th? I said, Saliba and Timber are next.
Yep.
That's what I said. Saliba and Timber are next. What does that mean? Well, they're going to get injured. And then someone in the chat, some numbskull, about March time, said, is that Saliba and Timber I can see out on the pitch? I thought they were getting crocked. Well, where are you now, mate? They're both out for weeks. I know it don't matter because the season's done, but point proven. You're overplaying these people. Like, it's crazy, Lee. Like,
when he's sitting there saying that what he's done after being out for a year, why has he played so much?
Exactly that.
And I'll tell you why he's played so much, because this manager played Ben White 3 months on an injury that he needed surgery for.
Yep. Yeah. Tommy Atu. Wow, surprise. He's having that again.
Yeah. Is he even alive? Has anybody seen Tommy Atu? Do you know what I mean?
He is like out now, they reckon, until December 2025. So it's going to be 2026 before we see Tommy Atu.
Funny, because it's 2026 is the next time we can win a trophy, Dan. Yeah, March 26. Yeah, it'd be over 2,000 days. And this is the thing, Dan, yeah? If anyone thinks these players are staying fit again next season, you're in for a surprise. Yeah, because if they're having all these surgeries, they're going to come back, and they've been using these things as an excuse. You know, look at yesterday when Christian was saying, oh, yeah, but Odegaard, you know, because of the injury he had. Well, he's been back 7 months. Yeah, so if they're using that as the injury as an excuse now for somebody who's played for 7 months, you watch next season, Dan. Yeah, because we're going to get more players needing surgery next season. This manager ain't got a clue how to rotate a squad. Yeah, how do you play?
Not only, right, does he not have a clue how to rotate, he has zero trust in his squad players, right? Because last season, he had zero trust. And by the way, not that I think these players are good enough, by the way, but they're his players. He had zero trust in Reece Nelson. He had zero trust in Smith Rowe. He had zero trust in Fabio Vieira. He had zero trust in any of the squad players other than, you guessed it, Eddie and Nketiah. Yeah, he was obsessed with bringing on for about 3 seasons who weren't good enough, right? I know he scored 2 last night. He's won an FA Cup. Another player who's won a trophy since he's left. However, then you've got this season. He's not trusted Raheem Sterling, who's his guy. He ain't trusted Zinchenko in left back or in midfield. He's only trusted Kieran Tierney as a left winger. He ain't trusted any of the other squad players he's brought into the squad that are either upgraded from him, in like Henry Francis and Butler Deji and all these guys who, to be fair, probably would have given 110% whether or not they were good enough or not. The lack of, and that's why these players are injured, because they've all played an unbelievable amount of games. Now, don't get me wrong. I'm not saying that the injuries are all Mikel Arteta, right? Anyone can get injured. Anyone can get injured for 2 weeks of straining, saying, right? But you cannot look at that many hamstring injuries for that period of time that all require surgery, and the amount of surgeries you've had in the last 18 months. Something has to be there. If it isn't just Mikel, it's the regime, it's the training, it's the coaches, the fitness style, whatever it be, it needs investigating. Because I don't know that we've ever had this many hamstring injuries of this severity, mate.
No, we ain't. No, we ain't. And Dan, it's going to be worse even more next season. Yeah, because we ain't going to go and get a Saka replacement. Yeah, when I say replacement, somebody you can say, Saka, come on, mate, you're sitting down today. You ain't playing today. Yeah, you can come on for 10 minutes at the end. Oh, how dare you? He's star boy. Yeah. But then they want to sign all these players, all these wingers and all of this and that. Yeah, and it's like, cool. So we don't want to buy a right winger then. So what happens if he gets injured for 6 months? Then what? Who are we playing there then? Yeah, and this is where teams that are not Arsenal go on and win stuff then. Yeah, because they'll take their best player off the pitch. Yeah, they'll take this their best player. They'll sit their best player down. Yeah, like look at Man City in that treble winning season. Look how many times their players sat on the bench. You thought, fucking hell, they dropped Haaland. Yeah, it worked though, didn't it? Then what? Grealish sat on the bench. Oh, okay, cool. Yeah, and then Grealish or Mahrez, for example, scores a hat trick in an FA Cup semi-final. First time since 1958 that's happened, by the way. You know, very next game, against Bayern Munich in the Champions League, dropped. Yeah, now imagine Saka goes and scores that trick and then we drop him. The meltdown in this fan base would be crazy. Yeah, you need somebody to help him. Yeah, say, Saka, you're not playing today, mate. Yeah, you need a rest. And this is where Wenger, as much as I cussed him out at times, yeah, because he used to drive me insane the last 5, 6, 7 years or whatever, at least he'd rotate players. Yeah, and we never had this many injuries under him in one season. Like big injuries that all need surgery. Look how many surgeries, Dan, we've had this season. It's embarrassing. Yeah, and then that's an excuse to keep this manager in a job. And like you said about Berta very quickly, yeah, right? You said he needs to hit the ground running according to this. Like, they're already on this case. They've already got their get out of jail, Dan. Yeah, every time I listen to these people talking, yeah, they sit there and go, if he gets his players, then he has to deliver. So now it's Berta's fault if he don't then. Yeah, how do you know he wants a striker? How do you know the club want a striker? Yeah, how do you know they want a left winger? How do we know? We're just assuming because we're hoping Berta's going to come and fix this crap. Yeah, how do we know though? Maybe they are on the same page. Yeah, maybe Arteta is the guy in charge. Yeah, and if that is the case, then Berta can jog on as well.
Well, this is the thing, and we're going to find out very soon, aren't we, about who's got the most power at this club, and if the Cronkies have shifted that power towards the power of Andrea Berta, or if we're going to be looking at Mikel Arteta. Now, what's really quite worrying and concerning for me is in the last couple of hours, I've seen some kind of posts, and again, I don't say that this is all 100% reliable, but it says here that Arsenal are targeting players they believe are currently undervalued but have significant potential. John Garcia, Brian Mbeumo, and Benjamin Sesko all fit that profile. Now, whether you want Garcia, Mbeumo, and Sesko is not really by the by. I just want it to be Andrea Berta that's looking at these players. If Andrea Berta wants Sesko, go get Sesko. If Andrea Berta wants Mbeumo, go and get Mbeumo. For me, I don't want it to be Andrea Berta wants Gyokeres, but Arteta wants Sesko, so we're going to go get Sesko. Because what is the point of having Andrea Berta? Now, I appreciate that Mikel Arteta needs to have a say on what he wants in terms of, I would like, because I'm going to be manager, I would like to have this type of striker. Berta, go get me one. That's completely different. But if he wants to go and pick the players he wants, like he's basically picked Zubimendi, Berta's had no say in that. If that is the case, I know you said you're not sure if it's 100% done. If it is, Berta's had no deal with that. I don't think there's any say whatsoever. I think that's been old Sammy Mockbell and Ornstein said that was done back in bloody January or whatever. So if that is the case, Berta's not had that right. But I just feel personally like there's so many players we're being linked with now in the right positions, which is fine. That's one thing I will give him credit for, Arteta. He's gone and, we've got the party that we needed, the Vieira type player that we needed, the Gabriel sort. When it's needed, he's gone and bought another left back. So you think, hang on a minute, you could see in the first team that we needed Gabriel and Saliba, and they were two very good signings, by the way. But why are you buying another left back for? We clearly need a striker. You've got a box-to-box midfielder in Marino that you're playing up top. And you've brought in a left back again. And you've brought in a waste of space winger that everyone knew was a waste of space. And a backup goalkeeper you didn't really care about. And then you're looking again previously to say Declan Rice, cool. Not sure where you're going to play him, but cool. Havertz comes in as the 8. That's a bit strange. Oh, actually, he was a striker now. So we've done about 300 million trying to replace Xhaka. We've done God knows how much money trying to replace Aubameyang. We've done ridiculous amount trying to replace Kieran Tierney, who's still here and is still our best left back. I'm now starting to think, let's give this over to Berta now, because you can't keep up with this. Like, I'm seeing a lot of it. Just on Partey, quick, what would you do with Partey? Because I would keep him for another year. I think it's a no-brainer. I think he's been excellent this year.
Yeah, I would. Yeah, I'd keep him. Yeah, I'd keep him, definitely. 100%. 100%. And maybe we will. Maybe we are going to keep him. Yeah, but I'm with you, Dan, yeah? Like, I'm hoping that this guy's come in, yeah, because the club have looked at it and gone, why does this idiot keep buying left-backs? Yeah, and now we're letting the left-back go for nothing, back to Celtic. It makes no sense. He's done 170 million quid to replace Tierney, and we still haven't replaced Tierney.
Agreed.
Mad, isn't it?
It's mad. And how many goalkeepers have we had since Emi Martinez? We've only got one that's, I don't think is better than him, but is probably near him now, Raya. All the others have been nowhere near his level. Like, as much as I liked Ramsdale when he first came in, I thought, for what we've got, I thought he's going to be a shambles. He's not so bad. Leno, I didn't think was a shambles of a goalkeeper, and he's proven that at Fulham. None of them were anywhere near Emi Martinez. And forget all the others that we bought, in Turners and Ryans and Runnersons and all these clowns we bought. And I know they're all only backups. Neto, he can be added to that list as well. Like, look at this, man. He walked in and he had Emi Martinez, Aubameyang, Tierney and Xhaka. Not one of them's been upgraded upon 5 years later.
Well, Pepe as well. And the amount of people that cuss Pepe out is crazy. He was our top scorer. Pepe was our top scorer.
Much stick, man. He got so much stick. I don't get me wrong. He wasn't a world beater. I didn't look at him and go, crikey, we've got another Mahrez here. But I looked at him and I thought, you create or you score in pretty much every single game. And people are absolutely crucifying him. Like, he got destroyed at Arsenal, man, by everybody. Our fans as well. Oh, he's rubbish. He's crap. He's rubbish.
Do you know why I think that is, Dan? Yeah, because he played in the position Saka plays in. Yeah, and Saka wasn't playing there at that time.
Arteta didn't buy him.
Yeah, and the only one, and if you look at it, yeah, Tierney's loaned out. Yeah, didn't buy him. Saliba loaned out, didn't buy him. Who's the only one he ain't? Martinelli. Martinelli's the only one that he ain't loaned out. Yeah, he's got rid of the rest of them. Yeah, and every player that's left this football club under this manager pretty much has won a trophy since they've left. Unbelievable, isn't it?
Those players as well. Look at the state of some of them players that won trophies, like say Kolasinac, who's one of the worst left backs.
Wait, El Nenny's won a trophy since he's left. El Nenny has won a trophy, bro. Yeah, not only that. Yeah, what's his name? Socrates. He's won 2 trophies since he's left. David Luiz has won 4.
Mate, I remember. I love how Sophie says Socrates Papafopoulos. It's absolutely class. But yeah, no, and they're all clowns as well. These people, like, let's be real, like, and the ones that did actually get rid of, at least they won stuff with us. Like, I couldn't stand Mustafi, but he won what, 4 trophies, 3 trophies.
Xhaka's won with us. Mustafi's won with us.
Xhaka's won with Leverkusen, mate, as well. So
Rob Holding's won with us. Rob Holding's the only player that was in that FA Cup squad that won it, not to have won a trophy since he's left, and he's on for one at the weekend.
Yeah, that's facts.
Yeah, and he's the only player.
Laka won one.
I
know Laka was at Lyon. I think he's got his left now, and he's retired because he's like there. He was crying on the pitch and stuff at Lyon the other day.
I think he's retired. Has Lacazette won a trophy? Maybe he ain't.
I think it might be Laka. I don't think he went to Lyon, and I don't think he's won one since, has he? But that's it, though. You're right. Laka and Rob Holding. And Rob Holding, if he would have stayed at Palace, would have won one the other day.
Yeah, well, he could win one with Sheffield United, then.
Yeah, well, he can. Yeah, he can, actually.
Yeah, he can win one with Sheffield United.
If I'm honest with you, I think he will. I want them up, by the way, only because I
don't I can't stand them.
Yeah, I don't particularly like Sheffield United, but the only reason I want them up now is because Kev's son's plays for him. So literally Tyrese is there. So I'm hoping now that they go up.
That's true, yeah.
United, so I'd love to see Ty up in the Prem because he's been quality for them.
He's a striker, isn't he?
Yeah, he's a baller, mate, as well. Very, very good player.
Right, maybe we should go and sign him
at one stage. Yeah, I think Celtic and Rangers were looking at him seriously at one stage because he was at City with Foden and Sancho and all them. But I remember him sort of saying to Kevin and like Lee and people like, "Oh, this Foden, he's going to be unreal," and this Sancho looks going to be like the next best thing. But he was like, in the academy with Morgan Rogers and all these Lavia and Cole Palmer and all these guys. Like he was highly rated, yeah. And he's done well at Sheffield United. He has, and he was at Stoke doing well. They've signed him for Sheffield United, and hopefully he goes up now. That's the only reason I want him up, because I don't particularly want. Who is the final? Was it Sheffield United and Sunderland?
Yeah.
Yeah, I prefer Sheffield United to Sunderland. I don't want to travel up there.
Yeah, well, once a year's long, Dan, going up to Newcastle, isn't it?
Exactly. Newcastle, I like Newcastle, and it's one of the best away days. So I want to go to Sunderland, bloody hell. So yeah, that's where I'm at.
Nice stadium though, man. It is a nice stadium though.
Yeah, no, it is. Oh, mate, yeah, like it is. To be fair, it really is. Which is mad. But no, look, I don't know what your thoughts are about the situation with Berta, because I do think it's a genuine question. We couldn't really answer it last night. Actually, in fact, I've got the question here, which was this. And because we were still ranting and raving about the cult question, we didn't get to talk about it too much. But Berta now having full power over transfers. Do you think this relationship is going to work, mate? And I'm talking about Berta and Arteta. Because let's just say, for instance, Mikel Arteta and Berta have a huge disagreement over a couple of players. What happens? Because the Cronkies have then got to not pick sides, but they've got to deal with it, haven't they? And like manage it. Like, do you see this working? Because if you can work with Simeone, you can work with anyone. Can you work with Mikel Arteta? And what's Arteta going to do? Is he going to get the hump? Because sounds to me he's already got a bit of the hump on the pitch the other day by saying it's up to them upstairs. That to me says that he's had a bit of a, well, if you don't want me to do anything, it's up to you guys now. Do you see what I'm getting at? He's
had the hump since it's been announced. Storming out of interviews. Talking to presenters like shit, thinking he's smart in press conferences with his like arrogance. Even called Tom Canton out in a press conference the other day.
I saw that. He said something about. Yeah, I saw that. You can hear Tom's voice. I've known Tom for years. What did he say? I can't remember now.
He said something like, I'm paraphrasing. I can't remember exactly, but something along the lines of, well, why are you asking me that? I'm sure you've been in every press conference and you've asked me before and the answer's the same or something.
Yeah. It was, wasn't it? Because I remember I was going to text him saying, did you get told off by Mikel? Like, laugh out loud. But yeah, I heard him go on about something. But
hopefully, Dan, he's been told, come in and sort it out. And if he don't like it, we'll get rid of him.
Yeah.
Hopefully that's the problem. That's it, Matt. He asked him about a striker. That's it. He asked him about a striker.
Big up, May.
Mm.
Yeah, I mean, why is he getting so rattled about that? That is the first question I would ask him. This is why I wouldn't last 30 seconds in these press conferences, mate. It's why I don't go in them, and I wouldn't want to. Because I'd go in and I'd go, hi, Mikel. Why haven't you bought a striker in 5 years? Oh, can we remove this man, please? That's what would happen. Like, he hasn't bought a striker. Yeah, I've bought two in Havertz and Jesus. Come on, man. Real talk. Yeah. Well, he actually said Havertz is not a striker when he first signed him. And Jesus, let's be real, has never been a striker. Man City, right? This is how much of a striker Jesus is. Man City won the league with him playing in the number 9, and they said we won the league without a striker.
Yeah.
That's how much they appreciated him as a striker. They didn't even class him as one.
And then he comes out and says, scoring's not my forte. Right, yeah. So we're doing here. Yeah, do you know what it is as well, Dan? Yeah, on international bet, yeah. Do you know what it is as well, though, Dan? Yeah, the fact that he called out the journalists the other day, all of them, a couple of weeks back. Yeah, he said something. I think I can't remember what home game it was. It was a home game press conference. Yeah, and he said something along the lines of, "Yeah, well, you guys are putting your agenda out there or something." Yeah, he said that because I always do the press conference reactions. Yeah, so I can dissect his waffle and turn it into English. Yeah, and he said something along the lines of, well, yeah, you lot put your agendas out there. So he's rattled, mate. He has been rattled. Yeah, he probably got told.
Press conferences, mate. Not just press conferences, post-match interviews as well. The reporters, they must hate him. He is he is not nice to listen to. It's distasteful, it's rude, it's arrogant, it's offensive, in fact. Like that girl that he had to go out after Liverpool, was it? She wasn't even asking any horrendous questions. She was asking normal questions about why you didn't win the game. Are you disappointed with this season? And he's literally talking to her like she's sang on the back of his shoe. And I thought, you rude, arrogant. The thing is, I've got nothing wrong with arrogant people, by the way. It's not a particular trait I like because I don't think people always back it up. I've got nothing wrong with Thierry Henry being arrogant. I've got nothing wrong with Cristiano Ronaldo or Messi being arrogant. They've done it, yeah. I've got nothing wrong with elite sportsmen that won everything in the game, having a hint of arrogance around them. But when you've done nothing of the sort and you think you walked around this place like you're the next coming of Pep, let's just be real, mate. Like, you ain't. I mean, he's growled as well, by the way, Pep. I don't know if you saw him yet. He's like trying to have a fight with Dean Henderson because he handballed it after the FA Cup final.
Yeah.
And then yesterday, apparently, he's come out and said, if they give me a big squad, I'm leaving.
Yeah, he said I want a small squad. Yeah,
Mate,
it's mad, isn't it? Yeah, but this is the problem, though, Dan. Yeah, is been put into that position by the fans, just gassing up everything he does. Yes, now his ego's massive. Yeah, now, right, I reckon that Berta deal was done before January. I reckon that was done, dusted. It just weren't announced. Yeah, and I reckon that they told him you ain't getting no money in January. Yeah, and that's why he kept saying, "Well, no, we need to get some signings, but they know what I want." He kept saying they know what I want. Yeah, he's at odds with the board, mate. I'm saying you. Yeah, and it wouldn't surprise me if Berta gets rid of him. Maybe not this summer, but. When coming back to what you said earlier, yeah, about if he wants if Berta wants Gyokeres and he wants Sesko and we get him Sesko, then he shouldn't have any say. Here's the players, fucking use him. Yeah, does Ancelotti get a say on who he picks? Yeah, Real Madrid just buy the players and tell him, right, you got to play them, mate. That's how it should be, because let's be real, yeah, managers come and go, Dan. It's easier to get rid of the manager than it is to get rid of half a squad. Yeah, so why are we buying all of his own? I've never heard any of this crap before either, yeah? Oh, he needs all of his own players. No, he's supposed to be a great coach, right? So coach them to be better.
The thing is, like, people that say he needs more players, and Arteta, they do that. He needs more players, needs more Pep needs more players. There's two things to that, right? One, Arteta's had 31 players. Pep Guardiola's probably had more than that. And then when you look at the scenario, and I always use this scenario, LB didn't like it when I said it, but it is true. In 2013, Manchester United did not have the best squad in the league, in my opinion, but they won the league. One, because they had an unbelievably brilliant manager, and two, because they relied on two brilliant players in Rudy and Van Persie, right? They had an overaging Paul Scholes, Nemanja Vidic, Rio Ferdinand. I think Carrick was there at the time. They had like Phil Jones and Chris Smalling at the back, yeah? I think Nani was still playing from a right wing and he was like falling off of a cliff. And they went and won the league. Like Darren Fletcher, I think, was still there. Do you know what I mean? When your tools are blunt, he got you across the line. Pep Guardiola's tool is blunt, and they're like, well, give me some more money then. So they're like, all right then, 175 million spent in January. And this is why, as much as I think Pep is unbelievable, and across Europe what he's done is phenomenal, he isn't Sir Alex Ferguson. He isn't. As much as he's a brilliant, brilliant manager, and I think what he's done across Europe and how he's changed football is ridiculous. However, he ain't that. He needs the squad. Now, I think I'd go one more. If I had the best squad and I wanted a manager, I'd give it to Pep Guardiola. If I had a team that was a little bit not sure about this, it probably got one more year left in it, I'd give it to Sir Alex Ferguson. That's the kind of difference for me between the two managers. But yeah, look, we're going off topic now. Look, I wanted to bring the couple of questions in, as I always do.
Before you do that, Dan,
yeah, go on, bro.
Somebody's just texted me this here. Investing in attack. Most money spent on forwards since 2020. We are 60th on the list out of all the teams in Europe.
Wow.
And we've spent 80 million euro on 6 attackers. Wow. Liverpool are 11th on the list. They've bought 7 attackers and done 246 mil. And look at what they've won.
That is crazy. 60th in Europe. That is absolutely
on
mad.
Attackers. Tottenham, by the way, are 7th. They've done 281 million on attackers, 12 attackers. They've bought double the amount of attackers than us. Chelsea, by the way, have done 803 million on attackers. Top of the list.
That is insane.
Yeah, we've only done 80 million.
80 million. And do you know what makes me laugh about this, right? Before I bring these last couple of questions in. This attack situation, bruv, right? Since he's been there, he had Pepe, Aubameyang, and Lacazette that were his front three when he walked in the door, right? He had Reece Nelson and he brought Willian in. Willian, we all know, was a disaster. There's no point talking about him. Reece Nelson, he started, if you remember, to try and develop in a little bit like everyone thought he was going to do with Sane and Sterling, but it didn't quite work with him. He scored a couple of goals, but it ain't really worked with him, and he keeps getting loaned out. Pepe, he just basically said, no, thank you. He brought in Saka, who is the only attacker he's managed to get anything out of. Lacazette didn't work. He left. Aubameyang was told he was toxic, and then basically he got rid of him, even though he's quite far his best. Eddie Nketiah, we know what happened with him after every year. He just got worse, and he's gone to Palace now, and he can't really do much over there. You got Marquinhos, scored a goal against whoever it was in the Europa League, cries his eyes out, never see him again. Then you've got Trossard and Martinelli, who, let's be real, in the last, 12 months, have pretty much fallen off a cliff in terms of consistency. So that means out of all of the attackers that we've got, the 80 million that we have spent, he ain't got the best out of any of them, apart from the young kid from Highland who's here in Bukayo Saka. So when I said last night about, and said today, Rodrygo, I want him, I want Gyokeres, I want, I take Eze, want. I look at it, I'm thinking, well, there is really nowhere to hide if you're bringing in that quality, Lee, because if he can't get the best out of them, we know what the problem is, bruv, because Gyokeres is banging in 50 goals and assists in the last 2 years. You've got Rodrygo. We all know how quality he is. We look at Eze. To be fair, I think he'd absolutely thrive in a team like this. For me, if you're bringing in 3 players like that, I'm not sure we're going to get all 3 of them, but let's just say we do, and we're not scoring, bruv, we know what the fucking problem is then, don't we? It's the manager.
Yeah, facts. Yeah, absolute facts. Damn, the amount of strikers that have been available, yeah? Right, Newcastle are on this list, right? Newcastle were... 1 second. Newcastle on that list were 15th in Europe. 231 million euros. They've signed 8 forward players, 8 attackers.
Wow.
So they've only signed two more than us.
2 of the best.
Yeah.
Isak and Gordon, they're 2 of the best in the league. I know Gordon's been a bit off this year, but he is a good player. I wouldn't be spending 80 or 90 million on him, by the way. I will put that out there. However,
he's been worth his 60 mil, though.
He has been. And Isak is like different level. So I look at it now. Newcastle. I mean, let's be real. Newcastle's 11. It ain't far off ours, mate. It ain't a million miles off ours.
They got a better midfield than us.
Easily. Better striker.
Better striker than us. Yeah, their defence probably ain't as good as ours.
That's
still a good defence, though. Botman's class.
Yeah, he's
Livramento's class as well. He's a top player.
And Lewis Hall, to be fair. Like, I look at it, Newcastle go and get a goalkeeper, a centre-back, which they're going to be getting, by the way, a right winger, which I believe they're going to be getting. And they're going to go and get that Jonathan David, they reckon, that backup striker from Isak. If they get another midfielder, they could go and title challenge next season. Not even joking, mate. Like, they've got a good manager. They've got a great fan base. They've got good players already. And if they keep that 11 and keep their best players and add another 5 or 6 signings to that kind of 14 players they've got a squad of 20. Like, real talk, it ain't going to take long for them to catch everyone up. And I don't think. I think they're... And they ain't spent for 4 windows, League, because of this PSR thing. And they're the richest club in the world. Like, they're going to go nuts, bruv, honestly. Like, I don't know, man. I think this window, I think this summer is going to go absolutely nuts. I think Chelsea are going to sign. I think Liverpool are going to sign. And they're balling out, by the way, with their signings already, yeah, Liverpool. They've already brought in that Frimpong pretty much. Gyokeres looks like his favourite to go there. They're looking like they're going to go all out for Adam Wharton. And they look like they're going to go for one of the strikers that we're in for, either Sesko or one of the others.
They're looking at Berta as well. Florian Wirtz as well.
I mean, let's be real. They're going to walk the league if they get them players in. Like, we're going to be left behind. Like, if this happens in the way that it's going at the moment, we will struggle to get into the bloody top 4.
Plus, if Man United get their shit together.
Yeah, Chelsea will definitely sign a striker, a winger, and a centre-back, and a goalkeeper. So, like...
We've got to hit the ground running, mate. We've got to. As soon as that window opens on the 1st of June, sorry. Yeah, I expect breaking news. Arsenal have signed this player. Arsenal announced this player. We need to have 2 or 3 in by the end of the first week of June. Yeah, I'm not even taking the piss down. Yeah, otherwise we're dusted, mate. Yeah, I want to see players out as well. As soon as that window's open, right? Tomiyasu, well, not Tomiyasu, he can't go. Sambi Lokonga, he's going. Bye. Yeah, Fabio Vieira, bye. Yeah, I want them gone. I want it done quick, Dan.
Me too. I want these players out, man. There's too many of them as well, mate, that we've got to get rid of that were bad buys. Funny enough, in the 31 signings, I reckon there's 8 that he's bought in that are decent. That means there's over 20 that are absolutely shambolic. But there we go.
And not only that, Dan, yeah? Right. That 700 million quid he's done is without Saliba, Saka, Martinelli, Tierney. Yeah. How much would it cost to replace Saka? 100 mil?
Easily.
Because you'd have to, well, there's nobody out there that, and Saliba, 100 mil to replace, because you'd have to buy 2 players for both of them. Yeah. Let's just be real. Who are we going to buy that can do what Saka's doing? Yeah, that will play week in, week out. Who? Kudus? That it? He's fallen off a cliff this season. Good player.
Well, the only ones that can do what Saka's doing are the elite level ones. I don't think there's anyone in the Prem doing what he's doing. Maybe Brian and Mbeumo's got more goals than him.
And Mbeumo and Kudus maybe to fill that gap. Yeah, so there's 100 mil. Yeah, and then the same for centre back. Says 200 mil. He's done nearly 200 mil to replace Tierney and still ain't replaced him. Yeah, and now we need a left winger because he don't rate Martinelli, and he was going to spunk 90 million on fucking Rodrygo.
Oh my god!
So that's what I'm saying. Bowen's a shout, by the way. I rate him, man.
Oh mate, he is the most underrated player in the Premier League. I would take Bowen tomorrow, bruv. I think he's a quality player, and he's best mates with Rice. There we go. Let's bring.
Did you see his goal the other day, Dan?
Yeah, ridiculous.
Oh, mate, it's unbelievable. Ridiculous.
I mean, he's the most underrated Premier League player. Someone asked me that question in my chat the other week, and I said Jared Bowen, by far. I don't think it's even close. Cosmin said, what's this argument I hear? He's there next season, so we can't do anything. Fans can do a lot. Boycott. Same goes about the owners. They don't want to, mate. We've not been able to unite our fan base for the best part of 2 decades. And we've had all these people. There's always a villain in the Arsenal fan base, whether it's you, me, AFTV, whether it's bloody Red Action, whether it's We Care to You, whether it's the North Banksy, whether it's North London Forever. Always someone to point the blame at. When really the ownership should be the massive point of blame.
And this is what makes me laugh about the ownership as well, right? Because this fan base are getting on their case now, yeah? Saying, oh, they've got to give him his money. They've got to give him, it's on them. It's on them. Cool. Were you saying that when he got the job? They were up there. You can blame the ownership all you want. Anyone who's been backing this crap for 5 years, yeah, I want to hear nothing about the ownership. They've given him 700 million. The only thing I get on their case for is keeping me here for 5 years. They're giving them the money. Yeah, let's be real with it. Yeah, so if they want the owners to fix up and all of that, we'll fix up and get this manager gone.
That's what I'm looking at the ownership for now. Is I have always said, if he wins nothing this season, one just gone, or the one we're still on just about, I want him gone. And if the owners don't sack him, I want the ownership out. So I now want the Cronkies to get rid of this guy because he ain't good enough. And if they're not going to, I ain't going to start screaming Arteta out anymore because these ownership are keeping hold of him. So, but look, it's another year, mate. It's another year.
I've been on all of my videos this season. Yeah, I've been saying Cronky out.
Yeah, you have.
Out.
Yeah, you have.
Ain't interested in Arteta anymore. It's gone past that. He ain't keeping himself in a job. Yeah, they're keeping him in a job. Like they employed him. The thing is, Dan, there, when people say, oh, yeah, look at where he's taken us from and look at where he's got us to. He took us to 8th, Dan. I didn't see Unai Emery have us in 8th. Yeah, for 2 years straight. Oh, no, Unai didn't get 2 years. They didn't want to back him, did they? Yeah, this manager had us 20th in the league, Dan, when Tottenham were top. First time ever that's happened. He had us 15th for 5 weeks when Tommy Tuchel was sat at home. Yeah, it's sat at home. Yeah, and I'm going, go and get Tuchel. No, we've got to trust the process. You're negative, you're toxic. Tuchel walks in, 5 finals, wins 3 of them. See you later. Eclipsed our entire history in Europe at Chelsea in 14 months. Won 3 European trophies. Got to 2 other finals. Nobody can do better though, mate. Right? It's embarrassing, Dan. Yeah, he's lost to Unai Emery, God knows how many times. Yeah, lost to Villarreal, loses to Aston Villa every season, pretty much. You know, which cost us the title, by the way. He gets his pants pulled down by Newcastle most years. Fulham, West Ham, Bournemouth now. It's embarrassing, mate. Yeah, cool. You can't win every game. I hear that. But he ain't learning from his mistakes, right? And he's only ever managed 1 game of football before he got the job done. Yeah, Pepe Reina's just left FC Como. He's retired. Yeah, he's now going to be the manager of Villarreal youth team. Yeah, but guess what? He's going to work his way up, and he's getting his stripes by doing that. Yeah, learning out what it takes to sub players off, learning how to manage players, learning now. Oh shit, I fucked that up. We bottled a 2-goal lead. Yeah, now next time I can do that. Yeah, this guy done 1 game, Dan, and got one of the biggest jobs in Europe.
It's mad.
And that's for this fella in the chat who says if this bloke doesn't change negativity, go and support another club. Yeah, how about no? How about you go and support another club that don't like winning?
What an idiot. Joe, I've got a question about that in a minute.
Do you know what it is, Dan? Yeah? These people say, I get that all the time. Oh, all you do is moan. Yeah, damn right I'm moaning. It's over 1,750 days since we won a trophy. I deleted it. Yeah, get out of it, man. Yeah, these man chat shit. Yeah, if you don't want to win, go and support Brighton. Yeah, because I want to win, mate.
Pathetic. I get it all the time. Why you guys support Tottenham? Why you I hate it.
Oh, well, where they were last May on the 14th. They were supporting Tottenham tonight, weren't they? North London together and all that. North London United. Wait, they want to hope they don't win that tonight. Otherwise, then what?
Honestly, what?
And either way, that's a losing situation for us anyway, because even the biggest rivals that we have, who are Man United, yeah, either they win a trophy tonight with Ruben Amorim in phase 0.5, who, by the way, hasn't had all of his own players. He's got one player and got that in January. Or Ange Postecoglou wins a trophy at Spurs. Wow. Well done. Hope you're all happy with yourselves. Yeah, when you're all on your knees when Son missed. Oh, why don't they want to be in the Champions League? Off of the back of that, they're in a final tonight. You want to hope they don't win it.
To be honest with you,
they ain't going to win it, Dan. It's Spurs, isn't it? Let's be real. But if they do win it,
I think it will be United, but you just don't know, do you, with it? But yeah, I do think it will be United.
What are they going to say, Dan, if they win it, though, yeah? When they've lost 21 games this season in the league, yeah, and then they go and win in Europe with a manager that looks like a bus conductor or something, a bus driver. Like, do you know what I mean? Yeah, it's just who we are, mate. Yeah, it's just who we are, mate. Wins them their first trophy in 17 years, though.
He said he was going to win a trophy if he does.
And he should have got to the other cup final. The FA Cup final, was it?
No, Carabao Cup.
Carabao, that's it. Yeah, Carabao Cup. He should have got into that.
It is mad. I look at it and I think if they win a trophy, even if Amorim wins a trophy, like it's embarrassing either way. Let's just be real. We're screwed either way. And do you know what? We're even worse, right? Is that we could end up one of the only London clubs, apart from Fulham and Brentford, that don't win a trophy. Chelsea can win it.
Spurs win it, Dan. Yeah, Spurs win it. They'll be down there on the parade with them, won't they? North London together. Whatever the weather. Imagine how embarrassing that is if Spurs do win that, and then you live in London, for example, around the area, and you're watching them do a bus parade, yeah, with the Europa League. You must be seething. This is why I see a lot of people wanting Man United to win. Dan, I couldn't give a shit who wins it. Yeah, because it's a loss anyway, isn't it? I don't rate Spurs, never have. They're not my rival, so on and so forth. Yeah, I just don't rate them, Dan. Yeah, they've always been shit. Yeah, but logistically, they are a rival. Yeah, all the history over the years as well.
Geographically, they're a rival in my lifetime. They've never been a rival at the top, because even when, like, in their best Premier League era, they were coming third and fourth. In our worst, we were coming third and fourth, and they were going, "We're rivals." Well, no, we're underachieving. You're overachieving. Like, they've never been rivals to me in terms of, who's going to win? Is it Arsenal or Tottenham? Man United, however, I cannot stand, which is why I find it very hard to have to say through gritty truth I want them to win tonight, because I cannot stand that football club. They've caused me years of pain as a childhood. As my childhood, do you know what I mean?
Same.
But when I look at the scenario, I can't have these Tottenham fans getting cocky, mate. I really can't. But it's embarrassing for us, whatever. I mean, Man United can sit there and go, so we are the Banter FC, are we? Have we won 3 trophies in the last 3 years then? And you've waited 5 for yours when you've spent more money and you've got a process. Like, real talk, it is a joke, man. But this is an interesting one from Tarun. He says, would you take Brian and Mbeumo on the left? Because Rafinha has been playing there. I think if they're good, regardless of which foot, they'll be good. Look, I like Brian Mbeumo a lot, actually, and I've liked him for a while. I think he's only 24 as well, by the way, 25. He's been consistently scoring goals for a while. I'd take him as squad player for Saka, for sure. I don't know about you, though, bro.
Yeah, I like him, but he ain't winning me a title, Dan. I need better.
Yeah. Oh, no, look, he's not the start. He's not. I wouldn't take him as a left. I'd take him as back up to Saka. I want, like, Rodrygo as my left. The only two that I want.
Yeah, that's somebody we could definitely have as a backup. Yeah, I wouldn't start him.
100%.
Not every week, anyway. You can start, like I said about rotation and that. That's definitely something you could rotate.
And you can bring him on and all that kind of stuff. Yeah, it'd be great for that. But there was only 2 left wingers I wanted. Kvaratskhelia, which I thought was an absolute joke that no one went for him, and obviously Rodrygo. They're the only 2 that I want, really. There's no one. I think all the others are like, they're just a step down, aren't they? Lookman and Williams and
Lookman's decent, though. Lookman's very decent.
I like Lookman. Lookman will be top of the pile for me in the next bracket. But Williams, I reckon, is going to Real Madrid now, not Barcelona. I saw that today. I mean, it's all a mad mess, really, isn't it?
I've just seen this here. I've just looked on Fabrizio's Twitter page, right? João Pedro at Brighton, the striker,
Oh yeah,
is going to leave this summer. Top clubs are aware of this opportunity for potential transfer fee of around 70 million euro. Fuck off. 70 million? Are you mad? Where have they plucked that figure from? 70 million for João Pedro. Are you tapped?
Yeah, I like João Pedro, but he's not worth that much.
Yeah, maybe 27 million. Like, what's this 70?
He's a good player, but everyone is now. This is the player.
And I'll tell you what, I'll tell you what. This Cesc Fabregas, mate. His talent ID is crazy. There's a geezer he's about to sign called Jeremy. Yeah, he plays in Spain, second division. Yeah, bro, he's an absolute fucking baller. Yeah, 30 million euro. Go and get him. That's a market opportunity.
Is he staying at Como, Fabregas?
Yeah, looks like it.
Mate,
which is what he should do, to be fair.
Yeah, he's doing well.
Did you know Thierry Henry's got a stake in that club?
Has he?
Yeah, somebody in my chat was telling me. I didn't have a clue that he had a stake in that club.
No. Yeah, Cesc, I've got a lot of potential for. I think he's going to be good. I wouldn't want him at Arsenal, but I think he's going to be a good manager. Mind you, if Arteta goes, mate, they'll probably get him. Taryn says, I'd have thought Imagine Berta finalises everything for Gyokeres and then tells Arteta to speak to him, and Arteta sabotages the deal because he wants Sesko. Yeah, this is what I mean. I don't want this happening. But he cannot have control of this anymore, Arteta. We just got to let him go and get. I want Gyokeres over that Sesko.
I'm going to the bathroom real quick.
Yeah, no worries, mate. I'll get through these supers. The longer the manager stays, the more damage to fix. I think that's absolute facts. GDG Madrid or Jade Madrid says, how do you pay him so much to fail? It's mind-blowing. I don't know why he's on 15 million a year. I haven't got a clue, but he is. SG says, if football's all about entertainment and no trophies, should measuring sticks according to top gooners? But why are they preferring United to win the Europa League over Spurs then? Yeah, pick your poison. That's what they say. Man United or Spurs tonight. God, it's just going to be horrendous, isn't it? Let's be honest. I guess everybody wants Man United to win, right? This surely is nobody wanting Tottenham to win tonight, I can imagine. Matty, big up to you, bro. Hope you're well. Yes, mate. I'll have the settings next season. He'll move Havertz on the left. You heard it here for. Oh my God, please no. Oh my God, please no. I'll tell you what. If he even thinks about dropping Havertz into midfield or putting him on the wing, I don't know how anyone can stick up for the manager. I just want him sacked on the spot. Havertz should be a rotation option from the bench next season as a number 9, coming on with 25 minutes to go, different dimension, centre forward. Give us something a little bit different. If he starts dropping him back into the 10, the 8, or puts him on the wing, I really don't know what to say about this manager. But you know what, Matty? It wouldn't surprise me, bruv. It actually would not surprise me, bro, because that's what this manager does. He's obsessed with Havertz, and he's on ridiculous wages. It's $290 a week or $280 a week, whatever it is. Yeah, he's going to be a massive part of this squad as far as Arteta's concerned still, bro. Brian Mbeumo's got 18 Premier League goals. He's absolutely could win league and trophies. Aubameyang was the last player to hit or get close to 20. Get Cunha too. Well, Cunha looks like he's going to Manchester United. And I like Cunha. I think he's a good player. In that position, I know Lee's a big fan of this player. Alex Baena looks a very good player from Villarreal. I think also Eze would be a good shout. I like Eze, and I think he's ready now. 26 years old, Premier League proven, can play in a number of positions in that midfield, attack-minded player. I think he'd be excellent. I really like him. Big gooner as well. He was at us. I think we let him go when he was about 12 years old, I think. So for me, yeah, absolutely. I think we should be looking at those sort of players, personally. I wanted to get Lee's opinion on this team of the season that apparently has been announced. From what I'm hearing, where are we? There it is. So let's bring it up, and then Lee, we can talk about it together when he comes back. This is apparently the team of the season that's been announced. I don't quite know how some of these players are in here, but we'll discuss them anyway. Maybe it's not that harsh, actually. So this is apparently the team of the season. David Raya in goal. I'm sorry. I'm shocked and stunned by that. I don't know if it's because we've got the most clean sheets. I don't know if he gets the Golden Glove or if it is, in fact, the Nottingham Forest keeper. For me, it's Matt Sells in goal. I think, personally, he deserves to be in goal. I think he's been brilliant for Forest. And there's only really another couple of goalkeepers that you can be discussed. David Raya is one of them, to be honest. But that's about it. I think it is Sells all right. I think it's got to be Sells for me. I don't know how David Raya's got in there. I think he's been a bit mad at the last back end of this season, to be fair. I thought he started really well. I thought he was one of Arsenal's best players. Double saves he was making at Villa, and I think he made a double penalty save against Atalanta. He was brilliant in terms of his command of his area. But to get into the team of the season, I'm a bit shocked here, to be fair. I don't think he deserves that. What are you saying? Let's go through these one by one, Lee. Raya as a team of the season, apparently. This has been confirmed. I think
is this confirmed team of the season?
Apparently, yeah. Matt Sells, I thought, should have got in there.
I think he won Golden Glove, didn't he?
Who, Raya or Sells?
Ryan. I don't know.
I think it has to be Sells.
To be honest with you, yeah, I think he got Golden Glove. To be honest with you, Dan, team of the season's any 11 from Liverpool.
Yeah.
Let's just be real with it. Any 11 from Liverpool is team of the season. If they want to do individual team of the season, then yeah, cool. Like individual team of the season or whatever you want to call it. Yeah, because team of the season, Dan, is the team that are top. They won the league. So pick any 11 from their squad.
I'm with you. It never works like that. It always works as like individuals. But I'm with you, and I think the team of the season is clearly Liverpool. Yeah. I look at the right back. For me, it's between three: Ola Aina, Jurriën Timber, and Munoz. Now, I like Munoz. I think he's a very good right back. I don't think maybe it's because he won the FA Cup they put him in there, but I don't think he's been the best right back by a standout. I think Ola Aina's been fantastic. For me, it would be Timber, but maybe I'm biased. But I don't know how
the fuck Caicedo's not in that, by the way.
Yeah, he's been brilliant this season. And I don't know how Tielemans isn't either, because he's been much better than Declan Rice. Tielemans has been unbelievable this season for Aston Villa. He has been, for me, he's been Aston Villa's best player. I think he's been absolutely phenomenal, Tielemans. Tonali and Rice, I mean, let's be real. McAllister's one of Liverpool's best players, in my opinion. I think he deserves to be in there. Gravenberch should really be in there as well, and Caicedo. But I look at Rice. Look, Rice did a couple of good free kicks against Real Madrid. He's been phenomenal for us in the last few weeks. But has he actually had a brilliant season, Rice? I don't think he has. I think Partey's been better than Rice, surely.
Yeah. Who votes for this? How'd you get him in there?
Good shout. I don't actually know. Does anyone know how it works?
Is it a fan vote or something?
What changes would you make to our site? This official team of the season.
I can't believe Rice is in there, mate. That's mad.
Hang on a minute. Have I read this wrong? Oh, is this the official Transfer News Live team of the season? Because this is too.
Yeah, I was going to say, Dan, that you read it wrong, mate. Yeah, that's that accounts.
So it's the account, right? Okay, so I've read that wrong. I looked at Transfer News and it come up and it said.
I was going to say, there's no way Rice is in that team of the season.
No. Okay, sorry, because it says up here official. I just looked at that as it's been announced, but I've read that wrong. Oh, good. I was going to say, because that is I mean, like the front three, I'm actually okay with, to be fair, because I think Salah, obviously, Isak, I think, has been the best striker. And if I'm honest with you, I think just talking about him, and Mbeumo probably has been the best winger. I mean, if we're talking about, I know he does normally play right. If we're talking about left, who's been the best left winger? Gakpo or Diaz? I mean, do you know what I mean? It's one of them two, really, isn't it? But Tielemans, I mean, he has to be in there for me. I think that's mad that Tielemans isn't in there. He has been, for me, I think he's been phenomenal, absolutely phenomenal. And I know that it's Villa didn't win anything though. Like, we weren't doing it on that, are we? Otherwise, the whole Liverpool team would be there, like you said. So Caicedo's a good shout. I think he's been good in midfield. I think Morgan Rogers could be given a shout. I think he's been good. But if I'm honest with you, yeah, Tielemans, I think, is the one there. Okay, well, look, we'll stop sharing that then. I thought it was official. I obviously read that wrong, so fair play. But look, mate, last couple of questions I've got for you are some funny ones, to be honest, which is, you know, why I always do this with you. There's a couple of things that have come up of late. One of them you've already touched on, and it was actually a question for me, which is why I said I'd come back to this later. Why are you two so negative? And the reason I brought this up, mate, is because I get this a lot in my comment sections. I get this a lot when I'm going live. I don't quite understand why people seem to believe that this is something that we should be positive about, really, this season.
I actually make them the negative ones, Dan, because they're holding our football club back. Yeah, they're the negative ones. We've been through all this crap before with Wenger in, Wenger out, mate. Yeah, let's just be real with it. Yeah, Wenger outstayed his welcome. Yeah, he overstayed. Yeah, and this manager's doing likewise. Yeah, 5 years of no trophy under Wenger, and people were beating each other up in the stadium, Dan. Yeah, now look how happy everyone is 5 years of this guy not winning nothing.
Yeah.
Yeah, so they're the negative ones, not us, mate. We want success at our football club. Yeah, they don't. They're cult members, mate. Yeah, I'm
So
going to keep calling them a cult all summer.
mate, I don't get it all the time. And I'll tell you what I'll say about it. I am only negative if there's something to be negative about. If you do not believe there's anything to be negative about this season, when we have not won a trophy again, we've failed in every single hurdle, we've been dumped out of every single trophy, and there's 4 or 5 managers this season that can win a trophy ahead of Mikel Arteta that ain't ever won a trophy before. Slot, Glasner, how? Then you've got the scenario of Amorim or Ange that are going to potentially win one with Tottenham or Man United. Maresca can win one with Chelsea. Like, we're sitting there now thinking, oh my God, how is all them man? Now, listen, don't get me wrong. If Pep clears up again, you can at least have the excuse of, well, Man City were unreal. They did a quad or a treble. But come on, man. Like, everyone's winning them apart from us. It's crazy. And the other one is this one, which the reason I brought it up is because I was on a train coming back home from the Newcastle game, and someone's on the train telling me this. Now, I appreciate what he's trying to say, that Klopp wasn't dominating straight away, but it didn't take
6 years to do what? What's he talking about?
This is what I don't get.
First half season he was there, he got 2 finals, lost them both. Got Europa League final, lost to Unai Emery.
Yeah.
And a League Cup final. First full season, he got in the Champions League. Off of the back of that, he then got to back-to-back finals. Yeah, if Gyokeres weren't a clown, he would have won 2 in a row. Yeah, let's be real with it. So what are they talking about? In his third full season, he won the Champions League.
It's such
after losing the final the season before that. It'd been to 4 finals down in 3 years. First 3 years, it'd been to 4 finals. So what are they waffling about? I hear this one about Fergie as well. It took Fergie 6 years. No, it didn't, mate. He was winning cups. What are they talking about? These men love to chat shit. What are they going to do next? Oh, well, who's the manager of Atalanta? What's his name?
Gasperini.
Yeah. Oh, well, it took Gasperini 18 years. He's only won 1 trophy in 18 years, and that was last season. Yeah, 18 years of management.
Which they don't ever talk about, is Ferguson didn't just manage Man United. He was at Aberdeen, and look at what he won. Klopp
and
didn't
St.
just
Mirren
manage
before
Liverpool.
that. He won a trophy at St. Mirren as well.
Good shout, right? Klopp wasn't just there. He was at Dortmund and at Mainz before that. So he has literally been at Mainz and Dortmund and won stuff. When you look at what these 2 managers did, Ferguson and Klopp before, Pep Guardiola likewise, you cannot compare them to Arteta. I'm sorry, you cannot do that. You can compare Arteta to a Brendan Rodgers or to a I'm trying to think now.
You can't even compare him to Brendan Rodgers.
Whatever. You cannot
compare him to Brendan Rodgers, Dan. That he won at Leicester. He won at Celtic.
There you go. Sorry. So yeah. So he's even won.
He did a treble, didn't he, at Celtic before he got the Leicester job?
Invincible.
I know it was at Liverpool. Yeah, but he went at Liverpool long. What happened, Dan? He bottled the title. The next season, he was gone. Yeah, the Ajax manager bottled 9-point lead. He quit. Yeah, he quit the other day. Day after they bottled the 9 points.
The other week, the other year, didn't he? Arteta.
Yeah, now he's telling us be grateful. Nobody would have done better than I have this season. Funny how 15 million a year contract has changed his mind on quitting, isn't it?
Yeah, it is funny that, isn't it? Arteta, Southgate. There you go. That's one to compare him to.
Yeah, he won at Swansea as well.
Yeah,
facts. Yeah, and this is the thing, Dan. Yeah, what's the common denominator here? Yeah, what's the one thing that you go, oh yeah, well, they'd all managed clubs before.
Trophies.
And trophies.
Yeah.
They've all won at clubs and they've all managed before. This guy got given the keys to the 3rd biggest club in England off of 1 game that he'd managed ever while Pep was ill. And he lost that as well. He did, lost to Lyon, group stage. First time they'd lost a group stage game at home for 6 years.
Yeah, LB told me that the other day. Because he was asked, would you take him at City? And he went, no. The only time I saw him manage, he lost my club again. Ricky Proctor says, what's this obsession with positivity? All top ambitious clubs have a level of toxic critical analysis, which keeps them in check and competitive. And it's like, I know you shouldn't compare this to your family members or your kids or your nephew or your niece or whatever, but if you just let them get away with crap and didn't say anything and said, oh, it's all right, they just keep doing crap. And that's what we're doing at Arsenal. Like, I know it's not like, I think sometimes they do actually compare the club to their niece or their nephew. And like I always say, if your nephew...
Well, Arteta's their dad, isn't it?
What's that?
Arteta's their dad, Dan.
Oh, he's their dad. Sorry, I thought you said he said that. Yeah, no, he's their dad, mate. He is their dad. It's the cult, isn't it? But say your nephew gets like bronze in a sports day sack race, you come up to me and go, "It's all right, mate. Well done. Take your part." This is not a sack race for your nephew, is it? This is elite sport that we pay a lot of money for. It's a hell of a lot of difference, you know. And I think sometimes they treat it like that, you know. And you know, even if it was your kid that's misbehaving, you called it out, didn't you? You called out if you're not happy, and that's what we should be doing. Is calling it out, saying, "Hang on, this ain't good enough." Not, "Oh well, another season. Let's just get another kit and go again."
I do. This narrative's hilarious as well. These you can't even spell, mate. Learn how to spell. This two biggest losers. You mean these? THESE. Arteta's work at Arsenal has been admired by top clubs like Barcelona and Madrid. But how come they signed Hansi Flick up to a new deal the other day and didn't want him? And Madrid didn't want him.
How come they've just appointed Xabi Alonso then?
Why didn't they go and get him? Because if he's been admired by Barcelona, he can't even spell. Look, Barcelona. Who are Barcelona? Maybe Barcelona do want him. I don't know. Maybe Barcelona.
Let's read this out. This actually makes no sense.
None of them make sense, Dan, because they can't spell. None of them can spell.
He can't read. He can't read. All right. This two biggest losers. Arteta's work at Arsenal is being admired by top clubs like Barcelona and Madrid, despite not winning any trophies. It's just
maybe Barcelona is a brand new club that has just formed just outside of Barcelona, and they're looking at him. And this is what I'm saying. Yeah, this is what I'm saying, Dan, and what I said last night. Yeah, right. They're cult. It's a cult, mate. They are a cult. They've been bamboozled and brainwashed by David Ornstein and all these other people that have told them, "Oh, his work's been admired by PSG." Well, how come they signed up? How come they signed up Luis Enrique to a new deal then? Yeah, how come Xabi Alonso got the job at Madrid, not him? How comes Hansi Flick got the Barca job and they didn't want Arteta? Yeah, and then he won 3 trophies.
I'm a Barca fan. I do not want Lego Man anywhere near my club.
Big up OG Queens, my guy, bro. Any Madrid fans? Would you take him your club? Is there any Barcelona fans in here? Like any Barcelona fans? Anybody? No, would you take him at your club? What about Man United fans? Would you have him at your club? Yeah, there you go. I wouldn't even have him at Ajax. There you go.
Wow.
There you go. And they need a manager because his manager quit. He had shame after bottling 9 points.
You know what's funny? I do a lot of I have a lot of reps on here that aren't just Arsenal, right? And I ask this question a lot. Would any of you take him? And I asked the other day a Forest fan, a Villa fan, a City fan, obviously, United, Chelsea, Newcastle, Liverpool, and there's one that I've missed. So, that was it. And they all said no. I want Arteta. Now that's worrying, Lee. When a Forest fan I know he's got Nuno, is brilliant, and they look like there's rumours that he could go, by the way. Villa as well. Like Villa have got Emery, Forest have got Nuno, Liverpool got Slot, Chelsea have got Maresca, which, let's be real, is the same sort of mould of background of Arteta. You've got Manchester City, you've got Pep, and if he goes and when he goes, they had Arteta and they still don't want him. Manchester United are an absolute mess, and they're still like, well, we might as well just keep hammering him. That's what we've got in China, and this is what I mean. People are like, "Oh, I don't want your right," but they all want him to stay. By the way, yeah. Oh, I want him to stay. They all say, "Why are you keeping him?" But they want him to stay, Lee. They all want him.
I think I'm European guy. We'd take him at Madrid to cut the grass and do the valet work. Could you imagine him trying to tell Mbappe he's got to sprint back if he loses the ball? Yeah, good luck with that, mate. And Vinny Jr. Yeah, you got to sprint back like 100-meter sprinter, mate, to get back at left wing back. Yeah, like tell him piss off, get out of it, man. And Jude Bellingham and that. Jude Bellingham tell him jog on. Get out of it, man. These people have been brainwashed, mate.
Yeah,
that would be Perez's last show. Yeah. Yeah, I'll take to Cambridge United. Oh, that's funny. Yeah, but that's what it is, Dan. Yeah? Nobody wants him. It just all sounds good, doesn't it? All sounds good because the media put it out there.
I knew it was going to happen. It's happened. It's happened.
Yeah, it's happened again. It's happened again. The question is, who then? Right now, I'm going to name you some managers, and I guarantee you dismiss every single one of them. Yeah, Allegri won 5 titles on the spin. Most decorated manager at Juve ever, and he ain't got a job at the minute. Go and get him. There's one. Number two. The Al Ali manager is just left by mutual consent after winning them a Champions League, the AFC Asian Champions League. Second season in the job, won at Salzburg, back-to-back titles, did a double first season. Xavi is available. Roberto Mancini is available. Maurizio Sarri is available. Any of them? And here's a better question for you. Who do you want if he leaves? Who do you want? And they always come back with a winner. Yeah, go and get Inzaghi. Because the reason I didn't name Inzaghi, because I take him in a heartbeat, is because I go, oh, Lee ain't going to leave. Oh, he's bottled everything this season. Cool. Yeah, because I see Flowers do this on the show the other day. He pulled out 2 tweets of Inter fans. Yeah, saying, oh, look, they're questioning him. Yeah, because he's only won 1 title in 4. He's in Champions League final, mate. And he's won 5 trophies in 4 years. And he won 3 years straight at Lazio. But no, I don't want him, mate. No, them Inter fans, they don't want him. So what makes them think that he's going to come to England with a worse squad and win? They've always got an answer, Dan. Zidane's available. Oh, but he said about 10 years ago he don't want to work in England. Give him 50 million a year and watch how quick he changed his mind.
Facts.
Do you know what I'm saying, Dan? Has he come back yet with his answer? Probably ain't, has he? He's probably still thinking about it.
He'll be thinking about it, mate. This is quite hilarious as well. Look at the state of this comment.
Would you criticise Arteta if he's English? Bro, I couldn't care less where he's from. Win or fuck off. It's as simple as that.
What is the state of some of these comments, man? What is wrong with people? Like,
they're a cult, Dan. They're a cult. I'm saying to you, mate, they're a cult.
There he is.
And when
Di
Matteo, mates. Oh, he won the Champions League. He didn't need time. He won an FA Cup as well. 26 games it took him.
Don't you know, Jay? Don't you know?
That kid's goated, man.
That is the best clip.
Jason Cundy's face as well. He's sitting there. It's like he's bamboozled. He's like,
He's like, who did win it into it? It's crazy. Here we go. He's come back. He's come back.
I bet he didn't answer.
Legit was a question, and to answer yours, it would be Nagelsmann. Oh, it's okay.
Oh, so it's a winner. Fair enough. Fair enough.
Fair play. I respect that. Fair play, man. And
but how is that possible though? Because he's got a job. He's not available. It's not realistic. It's not a realistic signing.
Where is he? Is he
German manager.
He's German, isn't he?
Yeah. So it's not fair, Dan. Because he's not available. I get told all the time, who's a realistic option? Well, that's unrealistic because he's got a job.
Was Ruben Amorim realistic? He had a job. He was at Sporting Lisbon.
Is any footballer that's under contract realistic? Yeah, because unless they're a free signing, it's unrealistic, isn't it? Oh no, it's not. You put the money on the table, you get the person. Okay, cool.
I'll tell you a manager I wanted. Hansi Flick, he was washed. I'll tell you another manager I wanted. Antonio Conte. He's about to go and win Serie A with bloody Scott McTominay and Billy Gilmore and Lukaku and all these clowns.
Philip Billing up front.
Philip Billing, that's him. Phil Bill. My Bournemouth mate, he used to call him Phil Bill. You then got, what do you call it? I had Simeone. He ain't won anything in 3 years, or maybe he needs a new challenge then. Who else?
This manager's gone 5.
Ancelotti. We've just beaten him. Our manager's schooled Carlo Ancelotti. What do you want him for? Oh, mate, so many.
Okay, cool. Go and get Eddie Howe then, because he schooled your manager.
Exactly. Simone Inzaghi was another one. I don't want him. Don't want Simone Inzaghi. He's boring to watch.
Who was West Ham's manager when they beat us 1-0? Go and get him. Oh, it was Moisey, wasn't it? And then he drew 0-0 with us with Everton, wasn't it?
Yeah,
cool.
The one.
Ranieri's available.
No, maybe it was Potter actually. No, it was Potter, wasn't it? Sorry, it's the one just I'm thinking it was last season. Yeah, it's Graham Potter, mate. We'll go get him.
Yeah, go and get Graham Potter.
It's just
go and get Emma Hayes. She knows how to win. In fact, I'll tell you what. Why don't we go and get the women's manager at Arsenal? She's been there 6 months. She's in a Champions League final at the weekend.
Well, why don't we go and get Serena from England when she was at England? There you go. She'll do. She's won.
What about the Chelsea women's manager? She's just done a treble first full season, and went invincible in the league. Why don't we go and get her? She seems to know what she's doing.
I'm not sure I'm reading this right. What is this? I'm a Barcelona.
Barcelona.
Arteta, what's that say? Arteta can what? Bring.
Oh, Dan, I don't know.
I don't know what this is. The dog. Is that a dog? Bringing the dog. I think
it's a
saying
dog,
bringing the dog. But yeah, big up to you, bro.
Barcelona
Said,
That's funny.
Barcelona. I think Allegri will be perfect for us with our players. He plays similar football, but more direct and straightforward. Only thing is, he wins trophies.
Yeah, I get told all the time, oh, he's a dinosaur.
Oh, Gunner the dog. Sorry, Gunner the dog. He meant. Sorry.
Why don't we go and get Al Ali's manager then? He's 37, best looking as a German we know. Yeah, and he's won 4 trophies in 4 years of top flight management. Why don't we go and get him? Yeah, they'd fancy him, Dan. He's better looking than Arteta. They'd love him, mate.
He's washed, mate. He's washed.
Yeah, he's washed. He's washed. Sorry, Dan. No, it's 37. He's finished.
He's finished, bro. And Morrissey says, "What on earth are some of these comments? Mutants, mate. Leave him. Let him crack on. Thanks for your."
Yeah, do you know what it is though? Yeah, as soon as it all goes to pot, they all come out the woodwork, innit?
Yeah.
Yeah. You don't see him when we win 7-1. You never see him in the chats then. Yeah, if we get banged in a football match like 4-0, 3-0, like over 4-0 against Newcastle, you don't see any of them. Yeah, but when it comes right to now the season's done. Yeah, all of a sudden, yeah, they want to chat shit. Get out of it, man. Your manager's finished. And he's on borrowed time. We all know that. And make sure you all back the next manager, guys. So I've got 6 years up here. 6 years of all your excuses. I'm using every one of them. When the next manager comes in, we can go and get Mr. Bean for all I care. Yeah, Mr. Bean, Mr. Blobby, Peppa Pig, Dora the Explorer, Kermit the Frog. Go and get Roadrunner. Go and get whoever you want. 6 years, mate. 6 years. You better back him. Make sure you trust the process again, yeah?
Mate, it's mad, isn't it? Lee says, guys, to be a successful club, you need a successful leader, in my opinion. Erdegaard's not that guy. Would you cash in and allow him to go? I personally wouldn't sell him unless it's big money. But I know Lee probably would because he's had enough of him. Is that right, Lee?
Yeah, just rip his contract up and bin him. Crap. He's rubbish, mate. Honestly, he's rubbish. No, I'm not even taking the piss. I'm sick to death.
I know you don't like him. I know you don't like him. I know you don't.
All he does is flick his hair, run around, waving his arms. Come on. Yeah, and the amount of times you watch him, right? He doesn't even bother pressing anymore. Yeah, he just skips sideways, jogs a little bit. Then the ball goes that way. He don't bother going trying to chase it. He'll just point to somebody else. That's all he started doing. It's like, when he does the hair, that's obviously just a thing that he's like does naturally. Like he doesn't, but he does the same with his arm. Yeah, the amount of times he points to somebody else. Yeah, it's like you get him. Danny does it every game, 10, 15 times.
I can. One thing I've always said is I can name players better than him. I've never said he's the best in the world like some do. That's what I will say about that. Apparently, we read it wrong. I didn't know this, but Gaynor is winning.
Okay, no, yeah, fucking. Well, yeah, but he wrote it in English, so sorry, mate.
Oh, okay. No, fair
he wrote the word right, but he was writing the rest of it in English. That's why I didn't even clock it.
Okay, no, fair play, man. Fair play. If Arteta left Arsenal, we'll take him at Napoli to serve pizzas. Fish salad or fruit outside the Maradona. Arteta out, Top Gooners out. Big up to you, Gianni. Absolute legend, man. That cracked me up. This is hilarious as well, man. I love this one. Barcelona have won the same amount of trophies as Arsenal in the last 5 years. That is class as well. This one, Lego Man gets a sack November. Get Dana Paola in. Who's that?
I have no idea.
Dana Paola. Let's have a look. Dana Paola. If it comes up weird or rude, I ain't going to read it out. Oh, it's a Mexican singer.
Oh, yeah, he put that in my chat the other day. Yeah, he did. He put that in my chat the other day. Yeah, she's all right as well. She can definitely get the job.
You can definitely get the job, mate.
He won't need any phases.
I know.
What phase is she in?
Yeah, what phase is she in, mate? Sam says, if we lose to Spurs tonight, I want United to leave Amorim in Spain. Don't look him back to United. But he's only been here 6 months. And see, standards, mate. A lot of people want him out, by the way. Guns.
It's almost like they've got higher standards than we have.
It's mad, isn't it? Mo Dean would be a better manager, apparently. And GDG Madrid says, where were Arteta sexuals hide if Spurs win? Mate, what is actually going to happen tonight? Let's end on that very quickly. What is going to end? What is happening tonight?
Well, either way, Dan, I'm going to be sat there, feet up. Shame I ain't got a cigar. I might actually go out and buy a cigar, Dan. Yeah, because there will be tears in this fan base. And they're going to try and waffle and spin it. Yeah, I'd rather be in our position. We're closer to winning the major honour. Yeah, we're closer to winning the league. Look at these two shit teams. They're 16th in the league, 17th in the league. Yeah, we don't want that cup. You have to be crap to be in that competition. All the excuses about Dan. Doesn't matter who wins it. Yeah, and they'll all be watching it. Yeah, and that right there is punishment. Yeah, that they're going to sit and watch that tonight. Punishment for waffling for the last 5 years, lowering the standards of our once great club.
Mate, whatever happens tonight, Arsenal don't come out of it on top. That's all I'm saying. So if anyone starts celebrating because Spurs have lost, it would be rather embarrassing, to be honest. Anyway, look, we're going to leave it there, man. We're going to go and send over. Are you still doing a show?
No, Rance can't make it for a certain time. So I couldn't make it on that time. I've got to go out. I've got to go out anyway. Cool.
Let's see you.
I'm going to bed, mate. Going to have a little nap after that.
Get some serious Z's in, mate, before you watch your big final, bruv.
Failed hate along.
Hate along.
Failed hate along.
A hate along for mate. I don't do them watch alongs as much as you. I don't know how you do it, man. You literally like the work rate is insane, to be honest.
Yeah, man. And then Friday, I'm going to sit there and watch Antonio Conte lift the title.
Mate, it's mad, isn't it? Like, it actually is mad.
All these washed managers down, they keep winning trophies. Who knew? So it's almost like if you get a good manager, they can win regardless of the squad. Funny that, isn't it? And do you know what? Conte's deliberately took the piss here as well. Yeah, and because he was Inter manager, wasn't he? They wanted to sell Lukaku. Yeah, he wanted to sell Lukaku. They wanted to sell Lukaku, and he went bollocks. I quit and went to Spurs. He then left Spurs, got sacked from them when they were fourth. Sacked him. Yeah, gone to Napoli. Took Lukaku with him. Philip Billing from Bournemouth, Billy Gilmore from Brighton, Scott McTominay. Yeah, and if he wins his own game, the last game of the season on Friday night, he wins the league against his former club Inter with all them in the fucking squad. Well, that's sweet. And then he'll probably go, yeah, bollocks, I'm going to Juventus now. See you later.
Right. You know what? We're going to raid Judge Mo, and I want you to say hashtag Antonio Conte.
Antonio.
That's what we'll do. Hashtag Antonio. Say Lee Gunner and Dan Potts raid. Go and show him some love. He's a good guy. Obviously, he's an Inter Milan fan, so he has got a final and potentially a double that he's going to potentially win. But go and raid him, show him some love.
Well,
make
sure if he I was going to say, I'm pretty sure if he don't win, Dan, if he don't win that league title and he bottles that Champions League final, he'll probably want his manager sacked.
That's the standards over there. He's told me that already. Which always makes me laugh with Mo, because I always have a game, because he always says that Arteta should stay, but he says Simeone should be sacked if he don't. It's like, what? Sorry, not Simeone, Inzaghi.
If he does get sacked, and he's available, I'll say, yeah. You'll say, yeah, go and get him. Nah, what did he win this season? He bottled a Champions League final, bottled the title to Conte, lost to AC Milan in the final. We don't want him. He's only won one league title in 4 years. Forget the other fucking 8 trophies that he's won. Yeah, you know what I'm saying? Yeah.
It's mad, isn't it? It is mad, bro.
Don't worry, man. Let's hope he's immortal. Let's hope he lives forever. Otherwise, we're fucked when he leaves, isn't it? The club's going to fold.
Well, we'll have to knock down the stadium, mate, and we'll have to go and support Dar Square.
Well, maybe we could go and support Barcelona.
Yeah.
That's where he's getting next, isn't it? Barcelona.
Barcelona, mate. Barcelona. Big up. Listen, Lee, always a pleasure to have you on, man. I really appreciate you coming on, mate. And make sure you follow Lee. You've got Lee Reacts in the title. All you got to do is click up and get him to your next. What's your next target?
40.
40K. Come on, let's do that.
I think I'm on about 38 and a half or something.
All right, sweet. Let's get him up to 40K. This next target is the big 50, so the big 50. So let's get that up to 50K as well. People, hit like and subscribe. Thanks for your super chats, comments, interactions. Lee, always a pleasure, mate. Go and smash a load of raids over at Twitty Judge Mo. Say Dan Potts and Lee Gunner raid. And we'll see you next time, people. We're out of it. Laters.
Cronky out.